Hey guys, Fog City Tactical here, and this is part 2 of the Marlin 795 trigger job. In this section, we're going to go ahead and do a disassembly of the rifle and reassembly, so you can see everything comes apart and goes back together. So, first we'll start off with an unloaded gun, magazine's removed, and the chamber is empty. Let's go ahead and release the bolt. On the bottom of the rifle is 2 flathead screws. We're going to go ahead and remove these, and that will be easily done with a straight screwdriver. So go ahead and take these off. I've kind of loosened these up already to get things started, hopefully speed the process up. So let's get the front off. Now these are 2 different sizes. The front is shorter than the rear. Let's get the rear off here now. Alright, drop the screwdriver. Let's pick it back up. A little hard to do this inside of the camera in front of me. Alright, I think we're loosened up. Okay, so that's out. Let's go ahead and get this. We can drop them. Alright, so you can see here 2 different sizes, front being shorter, so that way you go back together. Right. Get the screws out of the way. I'm just going to go ahead and flip this rifle around so we can get an idea of what's happening a little better. Alright, get this back in place. So, here we go. This is better. Now, to get the trigger guard off, you can see that there is a groove where this bar goes up and down. If we can do it without seeing the shadow. So we need to get this piece here past the release and the drop. So we just pull up, get this back in camera, and back just a little bit, and pull it out. And that is now out of the way. That's your trigger guard. To remove the stock, quite simply, pretty simple. Just go ahead and you can push down and pull up, I guess at the same time, and on this little piece there, and the stock will come right off. So let's get that out of the way. There is a plastic pin on the back, which is right here. If you can see that, and it goes all the way through. So you can go ahead and push on one side and grab it straight out. Again, the plastic pin. Get this out of the way. Take the action off the receiver. It's simple. There is a pin which is right here, and what we need to do is pull up on the back, up and out. Let's get the rifle out of the way now. So here is the action. Alright, now that you got it apart, go ahead and take a look at it yourself and study it, because I don't think this video is going to show some really good close-ups. Maybe take some digital pictures of it so you get an idea how it works. This is the magazine disconnect. See how it goes up and down. The detank goes up and down, of course. And that's where we're at. So here's the hammer, and you can see it's in the cocked position. On the rear part of it, you're going to see the hammer strut. I think they believe they call that part. In this hammer strut, I don't know if I'll be able to catch it, but there's a hole that you want to go ahead and get like a paper clip. I got one right here. We're going to get that paper clip inside that hole. So it's holding in there. And then we need to do now is release the tension off the hammer. So let's put this down. Because it has a magazine disconnect still, we need to pull up on that, put a little pressure on the hammer so it doesn't fly up, and then push the disconnect. There, it's out of the way. So now we got the tension offer. The next thing we want to do is go ahead and take some pressure off the sear spring, which you can see right here, which is, let's get this back picture, this part right here. So it's on the bottom side of this post. So what you could do is just go ahead and get a pair of pliers. Grab it, push it, pull it, it's out of the way. And there's the spring. So now on this side you'll see that there's 3 clips. Get my pointer here. Got one in the back above the buffer, and then 2 below the hammer here. On the opposite side you're going to see 1 clip below the buffer, and then 1 in the front. The one in the back you do not need to remove. Leave it on there. Less parts come apart. The clip is easy to remove. You can use a little scribe, 90-degree scribe, and you want to hook it in there and then pull it in the opposite way. I'm going to go ahead and put my hand over it, so if pieces go flying, I will catch it, and I suggest that you do the same. So let's put this down on the table, pull it in the direction, and you can see it actually almost flew off. So there it is on the top. Let's go ahead and grab the clip, put it out here. There's a washer, so we can get that washer out. Just go like this. And grab that, put that to the side. And we're going to flip it over and remove these 3 C-clips. So again, put my hand over it so we don't lose spring, so you can't see all the action, but you get the idea. So there's one clip, second clip, and the third clip here. That was a little tighter. So 3 clips. At this point, you can separate the 2 plates. Simply pull straight up and put it to the side. Quite simple. The detent and spring you can see has fallen, which is right here. So we're going to go ahead and pick this up, and we're going to put this to the side because we will need that later. Go ahead and grab the, I guess this is the extractor and the magazine well. Put this to the side. We have the buffer. We'll put this to the top. This is the hammer, and you can pull straight up, and there is a spacer here. It's like a thick washer, as you can see. Just put that to the side as well. And then here's the sear. Let's pull straight up. Inside the sear is the spring, so we can grab this here. You can see it sits just like that. Let me grab it so you can see it. That's going to put to the side. This is the disconnect spring and the disconnect. To get the disconnect spring out, what I did is I pulled it forward towards myself, and the bottom part pops out, and then the top you have to kind of raise it and then twist it. It's hard to describe it, but you'll see the size of it. So there is all the pieces of the action. Looks really complex, but it's not. It's really simple if you just follow this the way I did it, the way I learned how, I guess, basically. And also make sure you get this paper clip in here to help release the tension.